Sunday morning sunlight filters through the blinds, casting long shadows across a quiet room where the air feels heavy with an unexplained, lingering sense of deep anxiety. Why do we feel so guilty when we have nothing to do? A day off without a clear output suddenly becomes a heavy emotional burden to carry. We find ourselves trapped in a strange paradox. We desperately crave rest, yet we are terrified of the emptiness that true stillness actually brings to our minds. The constant ping of notifications creates a digital cage, demanding our attention and making the simple act of sitting still feel like a missed opportunity for productivity. Even in our leisure time, our minds are elsewhere. We try to relax with a book, but the phantom vibration of a phone pulls us back instantly. Think back to the quiet moments of the past, like Agent Cooper enjoying a simple cup of coffee, representing an ancient stillness that we have lost today. That old world quietude has been replaced by a frantic need to be useful, leaving us unable to enjoy the simple beauty of a morning without purpose. We have commodified every second of our existence. If a moment is not optimized for growth or profit, it feels like a waste of our finite life. This internal pressure creates a restless energy. We are physically present in our homes, but mentally, we are running a race that has no finish line. The modern nightmare isn't just being busy. It is the feeling that we are failing if we are not constantly improving every single aspect of ourselves. We have turned our rest into a task. We sleep to work better, eat to sustain productivity, and slowly, we lose the essence of just being human. In the world of severance, workers choose to surgically divide their memories between work and home, creating two separate versions of their very own souls. This fictional surgery is a metaphor for our reality. We try to separate our productive self from our living self to survive the modern grind. We fragment our lives into modules, believing that by isolating our labor, we can protect our humanity, but the division only leads to further exhaustion. The sterile environment of Lumen reflects the internal state of a person who has optimized away their passions in favor of pure, mindless corporate efficiency. We become data points in our own lives. We measure our worth by spreadsheets and metrics, forgetting the qualitative joy of an unmeasured, spontaneous experience. We are our own jailers. We carry our to-do lists like sacred texts, shackling our freedom to a schedule that leaves no room for the unexpected. The promise of optimization was supposed to set us free, giving us more time. Instead, it has only created a more efficient way to stay busy. We must ask ourselves, is this separation of work and life a salvation? Or is it just a more sophisticated way to hide our deep unhappiness? Every day we step into the elevator of our routines, leaving our true selves behind to become the optimized workers society expects us to be. We've become a collection of modules, the laborer and the consumer. Both are tired, and neither knows how to speak to the other anymore. This fragmentation of the soul is the hidden cost of the productivity cult. We are whole beings, not just tools meant for constant, relentless output. The pressure is constant, a low-frequency hum in the background of our lives that never truly stops, even when we are supposed to be resting. We keep moving forward, following the path of maximum efficiency, but the destination seems to get further away the faster we try to run. Our identity is slowly being consumed by the roles we play. We are so busy being effective that we have forgotten how to be truly alive. When we look in the mirror, which version of ourselves do we see? The one who works or the one who is supposed to be living? The philosopher Byung-Chul Han suggests that we are no longer oppressed by external masters, but instead have become the willing participants in our own exhaustion. In the industrial age, people were exploited by factory owners. There was a clear enemy, a clear wall between the oppressor and the oppressed worker. Today, the factory has moved into our pockets. We work in cafes, in beds, and on vacations, always connected and always on for the world. We live in what Han calls the achievement society. We are driven by the internal command that we must always be able to do more. This is the era of self-exploitation. We push ourselves harder than any boss ever could, fueled by the illusion of total personal freedom and autonomy. We are like Sisyphus, but the boulder we push is our own digital presence and the endless mountain of content we feel we must consume. We have become both the master and the slave within a single body. We whip ourselves to work and then we punish ourselves for being tired. Social media feeds us the lie of the perfect, productive life. We see others winning and feel like we are falling behind in a race. The pressure to perform is everywhere. Even our hobbies must be productive now. We don't just run, we train for marathons and track data. We have lost the capacity for profound boredom, the very state of mind that throughout history has been the fertile ground for true human creativity. We are overstimulated and under-reflected. We consume information at a record pace, but lose the wisdom that comes from slow, deliberate, and deep thought. We have traded our inner peace for external achievements, believing that if we just do enough, we will finally feel like we are worthy. This is the burnout society. We are a civilization of tired people, exhausted not by physical labor, but by the weight of our own expectations. When the drive to achieve becomes a weapon against the self, the result is a total collapse of the spirit, a modern form of depression. The "yes, we can" mantra of our time has turned into a suicide note for the soul. We can do anything, so we do everything. We are terrified of being useless in a world that only values utility. Yet utility is the very thing that is currently killing our joy. We push until we break. We optimize until there is nothing left of the original person, just a shell that knows how to follow orders. Time is no longer a medium for living. It is a resource to be spent. We are spending our lives to buy a future that never arrives. We perform our happiness for the world, wearing the mask of the successful achiever, while inside, we are starving for a moment of true rest. We have entered the prison of utility. Everything we do must have a purpose, a goal, or a measurable outcome to be considered valuable. We optimize our sleep so we can work better the next day. We treat our bodies like machines that need the perfect amount of maintenance. Even our meals are calculated. We no longer eat for the pleasure of taste, but for the optimization of fuel and biological performance. The gears of optimization are crushing the delicate, useless things in life. Spontaneity, wandering thoughts, and idle play are being systematically eliminated from our days. We have built a labyrinth of metrics. We think we are moving upward because the graphs are rising, but we are just getting deeper into the maze. Even our relaxation is scheduled and managed. We take mindfulness breaks, not to be mindful, but to lower our stress for higher future output. The struggle for self-worth has become a battle of productivity. If we haven't produced anything today, we feel like we don't deserve to exist. We are building houses out of sand. We chase the better version of ourselves every day, but that version is an ever-shifting mirage in the distance. The prison of better has no iron bars. Its walls are made of our own desires to be more efficient, more successful, and more perfect. The realization hits us in the quiet hours of the night. We have optimized the life out of our lives. We are efficient, but empty. We are components in a giant machine. The machine doesn't care about our happiness. It only cares about the smooth flow of its own operation. The beauty of the present moment is lost when we are always looking at the clock, wondering if this time could be spent more productively. We have replaced the soul of our work with the mechanics of output. We care more about the volume of words than the truth they carry. We are standing on the edge of a spiritual exhaustion. The pressure to be useful has left us with no internal space to just breathe. Our hearts are trapped in a cage of to-do lists. We are waiting for a permission to be human that we never seem to give ourselves. What would happen if we just stopped? If we allowed ourselves to be useless for just a single, glorious, unoptimized hour of the day? In that silence, we might find the person we lost. The one who doesn't need a goal to be valuable. The one who just is. There is another way. It starts with the refusal to be an instrument. It begins by reclaiming the natural rhythm of our own souls. Liberation is not about doing less. It is about refusing the command to always lead, always grow, and always be better than yesterday. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. We must learn to trust the pace of our own lives again, away from the digital clocks. Allow yourself to be useless. Spend time on things that have no output, no profit, and no purpose other than the joy they bring you. Disconnect to reconnect. The world will not stop turning if you stop working for a moment. Your value is inherent, not something you must earn. Living vibrantly means choosing depth over speed. It means being present for the small, unmeasurable moments that actually make a life worth living. We need to find our inner child again, the one who played for the sake of playing, before the world told us everything must have a goal. True connection happens in the unproductive spaces. It happens when we put down our phones and actually look into each other's eyes without a schedule. Stop trying to be a perfect version of yourself. Start being a living version of yourself. The imperfections are where the light gets in. Your life is not a project to be managed. It is a mystery to be experienced. Let go of the need for a perfect design. Listen to the rhythm that your soul wants to sing. It is a slow, beautiful song that doesn't care about your productivity metrics or goals. You are more than your output. You are a miracle of existence, and you deserve to exist without the constant pressure to be more. Live vibrantly instead of just correctly. There is no perfect design for your life other than the natural rhythm your soul truly desires to sing aloud.